and welcome to Around the Clock. I'm your host, Yolanda Greaves. On today's show, we have two great interviews for you. The first is with the young women of Girl Scout Troop 6224. They are led by Jill Verns, and we are bringing them in to talk about a flyer that they created about keeping our town forest clean and safe. We also have the interview with Ian Andrade, who is the 2023 Pinewood Derby winner. This is an event the Cub Scouts hold every year, and it's always fun. We get to share the event with you, and today we get to share the winner with you. Of course, we have our select board meeting for the meeting that happened on Wednesday, March 15th, and we have a few stops on our Around the Town tour, two being some great music concerts at our high school. So stay with us as I bring you Around the Clock. Hello, and welcome back to Around the Clock. I'm your host, Yolanda Greaves. It's time for the Select Board update for the meeting that happened on Wednesday, March 15th. We started the meeting at 7 p.m. with some citizens' participation. We had many people from the public attending via Zoom, and we as the board were sitting in our Select Board meeting room. Our first meeting was with Doug Small from the Public Works Department, talking about the plan and the steps necessary to move some of the Public Works employees over to the current Cedar Street Fire Station. We expect the fire department to be moving out sometime at the end of April or by the end of April, and to give some more room to our Public Works Department and also to protect some of their equipment, we're going to move some of them into that building so that some of the more of their materials and more of their vehicles can be inside. It was a very good discussion, and we hope to be making that happen sometime by the summer. We're also going to be bringing in part of our school facilities department there as well as some other facility people who work in our town buildings and bring some of their materials over to save some space in town hall. We then had a very lengthy discussion with the Sustainability Committee, talking about some of the articles that they may be bringing forward to town meeting. So if you want to find all the details, make sure you go back to the full select board meeting room, the select board meeting, and go and watch that discussion. It looks like they're potentially bringing two things forward. One will be moving us forward on our net zero, and then the other is the special stretch code. This was passed at the state level, and now each individual town has to pass it. So they're recommending that we as a town pass the special stretch code coming down from the state. From there, we went into old and new business. We discussed modifying our BAA grant program. So we get numbers from the BAA for runners. We offer those to runners. They get picked by lottery. They have to raise funds. Those come into the select board. And then we give those funds out to different organizations, nonprofits, sports, people at the library, all different things. And we just talked about how we might update or change that process by potentially increasing the amount that we offer for each grant and also splitting things out between those that are true nonprofits and those that are for-profit or just individuals. We are not going to make any changes for this grant cycle, but our current spring BAA grant cycle is now open. It was open as of the 15th, and it will be open until April 14th. If you'd like to apply, you can go to the website to fill out the grant form. We will then review it, and we will let people know by the end of April if they've received one of our BAA grants. We then discussed the town manager evaluation process. There's a lot going on in town, and our town manager runs a lot of it. And we as the select board, this is one of our roles, is evaluating the town manager and how things are moving forward. So we will be doing our evaluation process so that we can have his evaluation finished before the elections, because this election cycle, one of our current members will be cycling off because they're not running for re-election. We then review and approve our common victular process. So these are businesses who sell food or prepare food, and we've had a process in place, and we just need to finalize and revise some of that, which we did. We voted and discussed the Middlesex County Retirement Board. They have a request for a one-time payment for retirees, very long, lengthy process, but in reviewing it, we decided to move forward with that. We discussed the request for a memorial in honor of Spencer, the dog. Those of you who know Spencer is the marathon dog. He used to sit on Route 135 as the marathoners ran by. He passed away about a month ago. His owner and someone else has requested that we look at putting a statue up for Spencer. We are going to reach out to the owner and to this person. We are interested in supporting this. It would not be something we as a town would fund, but if they want to fund it and bring it forward, we would be willing to work with them. From there, we discussed the Department of Housing and Community Development Action Plan for MBTA communities. This is something that's been talked about for over 2 years. Last year at this time, we were given directive as to what we needed to do. We've done all the steps that we need to do, and we are currently, our action plan has been approved. We're good through December of 2024, and then we'll need to potentially make some other steps unless they change this new requirement. We discussed the building moratorium back in the November town meeting. We passed a building moratorium. The Attorney General for the state is currently reviewing that. We've given them an extension of 45 days. Typically, they have 90 days once it is approved at town meeting to review it and get back to us, and we're giving them a little extra time to do that. We then voted the fiscal year 2024 budget. So the budget for fiscal year 2024 will be $77,057,446.66. It's about a 6% increase. Part of that is it includes our regular general fund, but it also includes excluded debt. So we're going to see debt coming on, and we're going to start paying for the Mendez and the public safety building. If you want to get more detail, you can again watch the meeting and look at the budget documents that were prepared. And if you have questions, make sure you reach out to either one of the select board members or the town manager to get those questions answered. We have a request. The legislature at the state level has some available funds, and they wanted to see what we feel like we could use. We've asked for some potential funding for sidewalks, for our trail, for stuff at the Valentine property, and potentially some for fields. So we don't know what will happen with that, but we have put that request in. We got an update on the comprehensive plan process. So both myself and Brandy Kinsman are the select board representatives to the comprehensive plan process. So right now it's the project management group that is meeting. I want to thank all 56 people who applied to be a precinct representative. You should have gotten an email with 5 questions to respond to. Once we get those questions back, the project management team will review all those questions, and we will select 3 people from each precinct to come in and do a personal interview. The personal interview will be happening on Thursday, April 11th. And all that will be in an email that has been sent to people. If you didn't send it and you wanted to be a part of the comprehensive plan, know that there will be many times where we're going to reach out for public engagement about housing and traffic and open space and sustainability and DEI, all kinds of things. So you might not have had the time to do the steering committee, but we hope you get involved as we do these public forums. There might be surveys. We want as many voices as possible being included in this new and updated comprehensive plan. From there, we discussed our volunteer breakfast. We, as select board, appoint many boards and committees, and we always like to celebrate them, and that will be happening on Saturday, May 6th. From there, we went into our consent agenda. Basically, there's a number of items that we approve. We did pull out the appointment of Ryan Sullivan to the Zoning Board of Appeals. After much discussion, we've decided it would be good for us to meet Ryan and people moving forward who are being implemented and appointed to some of these zoning and land use types of roles. We then did a project update. The bid has gone out for some building connections, so the undergrounding is done. Now we need to connect the buildings, and then the utility lines from up above can go away. So that has gone out at the Valentine property. It can't be seen, but the foundation is just about complete. Now that that is done and it's stable, you'll start seeing some work on the wall, on the roof. Public safety, if you've driven by downtown, you see that the police station is closed downtown, and our police department and our full dispatch is currently at the new public safety building. So we expect to hear a celebration date coming soon once the fire department is there, and that should be sometime by the end of April. They're also waiting still on a door. We had an update from our town manager, some current projects. 501 Pond Street is, they're doing some site work if you go by. That's over by Shaw's at the end next to the miniature golf. There is another project. The project on Homer is in front of planning. 10 to 60 Main Street, where the mill buildings are, they have done a major redesign. So go back and watch the last planning board meeting and you'll see that redesign. That is 188 units, so fewer units, but only 15% affordable. So we're going to see if we can do that. And that was it. We then did a discussion of our sewer moratorium extension, and that has been done. So we now will have a sewer moratorium, so meaning no new connections to the sewer until December 31st, 2024. We then went into board reports and wrapped it up just before 11 o'clock. It was a long one, but it was lots of information. Again, anything you want to see the full discussion, go back and watch the full select board meeting. And that's the update for the meeting that happened on Wednesday, March 15th. Hello and welcome to Around the Town. We have a few stops for you. We're going to make two of them at the Ashland High School. The first is for the middle school band, or our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade band. They had some great music, and it's always fun to go and see how these young artists are learning their craft and sharing some music. Let's go take a look and a listen. Well, congratulations on a great concert. It's always nice to hear these musicians as they learn and acquire better skills as they get older. Our next stop is also at the Ashland High School, and this is for the high school band as they did their MICA prep performance. So it was a rehearsal before they headed to MICA, as well as a performance for all their parents and people who love music to go and see and hear them as they prepare for their competition at MICA. We give them the best of luck as they head off, and we look forward to hearing how they do in their competition at MICA. Let's listen to some music. Big thank you to Brady Montesino for filming both of those concerts for us. It's always great to be able to share with those of you who are not able to go in person to hear some of the music. We have one more stop for you on our Around the Town tour. It ties in a little bit to our interview today. This is the Blue and Gold Cub Scout event that happened at our Ashland Middle School. This is an event for fifth grade boy Cub Scouts to go into Boy Scouts. We are so fortunate to have so many great scouts here in Ashland. They do so many wonderful things for our community. So congratulations to those fifth graders who went from being Cub Scouts to being Boy Scouts. And to all the other Cub Scouts that are moving up one year, congratulations. Hello and welcome to Around the Clock. I'm your host, Yolanda Greaves. We have some very special guests in the studio. We have the Girl Scouts from Troop 62204. They are currently sixth graders, but we're going to talk to them about a project that they did when they were in fifth grade. But before we have that conversation, I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
My name is Kayla.
Hi, my name is Clarissa.
My name is Vivi.
Hi, my name is Bianca.
Hi, I'm Lena.
My name is Eva.
Great. Well, welcome, girls, to Around the Clock. I'm going to start on this side. So we're here to talk to you about a project that you did and created a flyer for the town forest. So the three of you are going to talk to me. What made you decide to do this flyer?
We saw a lot of the world is full of bad things, and we want the woods to be much more cleaner, and we want people to acknowledge about how to make it cleaner. So we made these flyers so people will understand.
Okay. And Clarissa, what was the first thing that you did to start this project?
Well, we started doing research and going on a lot of trips and learning about the nature. Like, we went hiking in a forest, and we learned about how to keep the forest cleaner and everything, and yeah.
Hand that down to Kayla. So Kayla, how did you decide to go from walking in the forest to creating the flyer?
So we just did more activities about the fairy houses and doing more trips and stuff, and then I guess our inspiration just kept on getting bigger, and we made the flyers.
Okay, great. Okay, so you decided to make the flyer. What was the first step in getting the flyer done?
Research. We did lots and lots of research.
Oh, yeah. What did you do for research?
We searched on the internet and I don't know, but we read some books and just took walks and hikes in the forest.
So then you created this flyer. Who did the work of getting the flyer to look like this? Can you let me know, Lena?
So Miss Jill, our trip leader, she worked on making the flyer look its best, but all of the girls on our troop worked on making the drawings and the facts and other things like that.
So you found the facts, okay. Tell me about this little, hand the microphone down, about this little guy, because this is what made me, when I first saw it last summer, just sort of laugh, and it made so much sense. Tell me about this little guy.
So that's supposed to represent the dog poop in the forest, and it's saying something. I don't remember what it's saying, but it's
Pick me up.
Yeah, so it says, pick me up, and it's trying to, make people, realize and acknowledge that we shouldn't leave our pets' poop and other stuff like that around in nature and forests.
That's great. That's great. Good. So you've obviously, you were saying how you wanted to make the world better. And this is a great flyer, and I believe you have it spread around at different places, so we need to make sure you continue spreading this around because it's a great flyer. So I'm going to, before we go on to my other questioning, we're going to bring in Rob St. Germain. Rob, come join us. We're all going to scoot a little bit, and Rob's going to join at that end. So Rob is from the town forest. Rob, what was it like for you to work with this group?
It was a breath of fresh air. It was so much fun. I was really blown away by the knowledge that they already had and by the depth of their questions. These were not just little surface questions. These were wanting to get to really understanding what the forest is about and how it works.
That's great. Okay. So what did you feel? I want each of you to tell me what's one thing you felt you learned when you were working with Rob, and we're going to start over here. Something you learned specifically from Rob and or the Forest Walk.
The different types of like trees and on how you can see the difference.
Okay.
I learned that people used to like put bird feathers decoration on their hats, and how it made that it was really bad because like the birds were like being endangered, and it made that illegal and everything.
Cool.
Rob somehow overcome his fear of spiders by letting spiders crawl on his arms. Crazy. Could never do that, but very interesting way. Wow.
Did it inspire you to try to overcome a fear?
Maybe. Definitely not spiders.
What do you feel you learned from Rob?
I learned, like, I remember him telling us that such as like dog poop can have like a kind of like a big effect on the woods, because I remember him telling us about like coyotes can like find the poop, smell the poop, and then get all raged out. So a little thing like a little bit of dog poop, if owners don't pick it up, then it can just change the whole sanity of the
Oh,
woods.
wow. Yeah, it can impact the wildlife that lives there. Okay. What did you learn from Rob?
I learned that there are a lot of different things about the forest, and people are like ruining it. They're leaving trash everywhere and not picking up dog poop. And I learned that if we just pitch in a little bit of time to help clean up the forest, everything could be better. And that barberry track sticks.
I learned about different types of like trees and plants in the forest, and we also learned about like how to make it a better place
Okay.
for the wildlife to live.
Great.
Tough to be in the last spot, right?
Rob, what did you learn from working with these young women?
I was very happy that they had the interest, because you're very, like many parents, and I'm a grandparent now, of course, with the amount of time kids spend with their phones and with digital media and things like that. So it was really refreshing to see that this group of people had an interest in something natural.
That's great. So, okay, girls, young ladies. So you've done this. You're now in 6th grade. Has this inspired you to do another project like this or something else to help improve your community? I'm going to start in this end this time.
We haven't really done anything yet, but I don't know if we're going to like sometime this year at any other point.
Has it inspired you personally to try and do something else for the community?
I haven't really done much because I'm usually like I don't really do much of anything.
Unscheduled and unplanned.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I don't do stuff like that.
That's okay. Lena?
This has definitely inspired me to do a lot of other things, like forests and rivers and other things. And I'm going to be a lawyer when I grow up, so I am working to make it illegal to eat guinea pigs in Massachusetts.
Okay. Are you allowed to eat guinea pigs in Massachusetts?
I think.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's inspired me to move on from forest and like get around the whole, like just in our forest, but like Massachusetts and the entire country. But I also want to focus on cleaning up like oceans, because not only are the land but the bodies of water on our planet are getting filled up with trash.
Great. Good. How did it inspire you personally?
It inspired me that when people don't pick up the trash, sometimes you have to pick it up. And when we made this flyer, it's really showing a sign of how,
It's okay. Take a breath. You're good.
like, it's really showing how forgetful we can be and how unaware about just one small trash could really impact a wildlife area.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Hand it on down.
I mean, it showed this whole thing showed me that the world was created so beautifully, and like there's so many tiny things that we can't notice that might impact the entire world. And it was like there's like a really delicate balance in nature, and we have to work hard to protect it.
Very good. Good.
This personally inspired me by trying to do more things to help our environment and to help our world become a better place.
Good. Well, I have to say, I'm very impressed, one, by this flyer, and when I saw it, I immediately wanted to talk to all of you. I'm also impressed at how well you speak. It's not always easy to step up and speak in front of people, but you're all doing a wonderful job. I want to applaud your leader. I know she doesn't want to come on camera, and that's okay. But their leader is Jill Verns, and if you've ever done anything with Girl Scouts, you know that it takes a lot of time and effort and energy. So I'm thankful to her for being willing to lead a troop of Girl Scouts. So you're in 6th grade, right? Have you thought about what projects or what awards as a troop you might try to go for moving forward? Bronze, silver, gold, they take a lot of work. And any thoughts? Anyone want to jump in? Or you don't want to commit, and that's okay too. Did you want to jump in? Go ahead, Lena.
I was thinking that this troop is so amazing and we're all a part of it. I think we can go for silver or gold.
Very nice. Good. Yeah, go ahead.
I've been here since like daisies
Okay.
and like brownies. And I've seen people come and go, but I want people to get into Girl Scouts because but like it takes up a lot of time and dedication to do it,
Yep.
but it also teaches you like a lot of responsibility and it may take a hard work, but it's worth it in the end.
Good. Good. I certainly think that anyone else on this side want to comment on things that you might want to move forward with as a troop? Clarissa's thinking about it. No? That's okay. Well, young ladies, thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your flyer. Thank you for the hard work. And I just have one thing I'd like to remind all of you, is stay involved in your community. Because you never know where what you're doing now can lead you as you get older. So keep it up, keep your friends, keep working hard, and keep giving back, because Ashland is a great community that we live in, and it's volunteers like all of you that help make our community that much better. Thank you all. This was Troop 62204. They are a 6th grade Girl Scout troop here in Ashland, and they shared with us how they made this wonderful flyer about keeping our town forest clean. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to Rob St. Germain, formerly of the Town Forest Committee, for coming in and speaking with us today. Hello and welcome to Around the Clock. I'm your host, Yolanda Greaves. Well, we have a very special treat. We are here with the 2023 Pinewood Derby, Ian Andrade.
Yep, that's me.
This is Ian. So, Ian, you have your car with us. You have your statue, your trophy. So, how did you make the car?
So, we spent about like 25 hours or plus like building on this car. Mm-hmm. I think it was like a month or so building this.
So what do you start with?
So, literally, just a block of pine wood.
Okay.
Just a block.
Okay. And then what do you do with that?
With axle holes. And it comes with tires and axes.
Okay.
That's basically it.
Okay. So how did you make it so that you won? What did you do to it? I mean, it's a pretty cool looking car.
First, we made a sketch on paper of the car. didn't look like this originally. It was basically like this body, and there's just like a slope here.
Okay.
So, and then we made the design on a free design software called Tinkercad.
Ooh, cool.
And then we replicated the design in real life, first prototype, and in here, they're literally free metal, like steel tubes, like rods in here.
And why did you add them?
To give extra weight, because the max weight is 5 ounces.
Okay.
But it was sticking out the front.
Oh.
So my idea was to make a slope right here to keep the original design, but keep like an open area. Like my dad, he made another design that like this, that just covered the whole thing.
Okay.
That's what we went for.
Very cool.
We made another sketch on paper of this.
Okay. Can I hold it up so the camera can see it a little bit better? So it has these really cool, it has a number. How did you pick the number?
Wait, so it was actually at the, what number?
It has this number, 25.
Yeah. So it was at the end that we finished the car itself, but we haven't put the decals on yet.
Oh, okay.
And
So did you pick the decals?
yes.
Cool.
And I picked 25 because it's my favorite number, and my birthday is August 25th.
Oh, okay. So now this was your, if I understand correctly, this was your first year participating in the
Yes.
Pinewood Derby?
Yes.
So, I mean, there's a lot of people who do it a number of years before they can win. So what do you think made it so that you could win so well in your first try? I mean, that's amazing.
So if you can see here, he raised we raised this wheel right here.
Oh,
See-
okay. So the wheels aren't quite level.
No,
And
they
you
are.
think that made the difference?
We had to minimize friction
Oh.
and add most of the weight in the back, because more weight in the back equals more potential energy that turns to kinetic energy that is speed.
Potential energy and kinetic energy. Repeat new.
Yes.
Very cool.
My dad taught me all
Did
that.
your dad teach you that? Well, that's good. That's a good thing. So you adjusted the wheels to have less friction.
Yeah.
And you adjusted the weight.
We polished the wheels, as you can see here. See, there's like
Yeah,
this-
so they weren't dirty.
yeah, and we picked out the best wheels.
Okay. Very cool.
Um,
So what was the favorite part?
Wait. Wait, I'm still explaining.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And we polished the axles, and the back axles are bent, so there's less surface area for the wheels to touch.
Oh, okay.
Equals less friction. So we minimize the friction. We added the weights,
Yep.
and we had to put like this putty in the back. That's also pretty handy. To like seal in the rods.
I see. Cool.
And it's all. And wait, does the putty have like steel in it? If it does, like steel.
The putty might have a little steel. Maybe not.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Cool.
And
So what was your favorite part? Making it or racing it?
racing.
Okay. And how many races did you have to do to be declared the overall winner?
Everybody has 4 races
Okay.
with their car. It's like down a slope, like a gravity drop, and then just straightens out.
Okay.
So,
And did you win every race?
not everyone.
Oh.
So, like the races, I keep doing like the same time, like 150, 150, 150, 140, 140, 140, and then suddenly, in a race, my friend Andy and Eddie, they're twins. They invited me to Scouts.
Nice.
The person who puts them on the ramp positioned this car wrong, so it got the time was like 160 or something.
Oh. Wow. That's too bad. But you won overall. So how many cars were there racing? Do you know? About 10 or 100?
100.
100, yeah.
More like 100.
Yeah, and is it just, so now this is just for the Ashland Pine Derby, right? Do you like to go to a next level Pine Derby?
No.
No? Okay. So are your racing days done, or are you going to try and keep this one for next year?
I'm going to keep it. And I can't tell you how I'm going to make it faster for next year.
Okay.
It's classified.
Okay. Well, maybe then next year, if you win again, we'll have you come back and you'll be able to tell us the differences.
Got it.
Got it?
And just say it's classified.
Okay.
Anybody who's watching, don't come to my house and see us working. This is government. This is a government project here.
This is a government project. So Ian, what grade are you in?
Second
grade. So you go to the Warren Elementary School.
Yes.
Who's your teacher?
Miss Forson?
Miss Forson. Good. Do you like school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Andy and Eddie's in my class.
Andy and Eddie are in your class, and they're the ones who invited you to Scouts?
Yep.
Cool. Well, Ian, it was very nice meeting you. Congratulations on the first time trying and winning your first time. And hopefully you'll keep in Scouts, and maybe someday we'll talk to you when you're a Boy Scout and you've become an Eagle. What do you think?
Yeah, or the Aero Flights that me and Andy and Eddie call the Corn Scouts because the Aero Flight symbol looks like a corn on the cob.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know that I've heard about them. I'll have to research that.
And question, what is rendering back there?
I won't know. Our producer who's filming us will render something and we'll have to watch it and see what it is.
Okay.
Okay?
But that's basically all.
Okay.
It's classified how I'm going to make it faster.
Well, Ian, thank you so much. And thank you for watching this segment of Around the Clock with the 2023 Pinewood Derby winner for Ashton.
Wait, and my dad looked at the scoreboards, and from all the ranks, I was the fastest car from the night. I had the fastest time.
Well, that's how you became the winner, right?
Even faster than the adults.
Even faster than the adults.
That's great. Than the adult class.
Good. Well,
Yep.
Thank you for sharing that. And thanks for being with us here on Around the Clock.
Well, that wraps up another episode of Around the Clock. Thank you so much to Ian Andrade and his dad for coming in and sharing with us his excitement about winning the 2023 Pinewood Derby. Also, thank you to Jill Verns and her Girl Scouts from Troop 62204, as well as Rob St. Germain from the Town Forest Committee for coming in and talking about the flyer that created. I expect great things that we will be seeing here in this community from those young women. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you stay safe out there. And thanks for watching this episode of Around the Clock. Good? 23 Pinewood Derby, Ian Andrade.
Yep, that's me.
This is Ian. What do you think made it so that you could win so well in your first try? I mean, that's amazing.
So, we raised this wheel right here. We had to minimize friction.
Oh.
And add most of the weight in the back.
Okay.
Because more weight in the back equals more potential energy that turns into kinetic energy that is speed.
Potential energy and kinetic energy. Look at you.
Yes.
Very cool.
My dad taught me all.
Did you?
I can't tell you how I'm going to make it faster for next year.
Okay.
It's classified.
Okay. Well, maybe then next year, if you win again, we'll have you come back and you'll be able to tell us the differences.
Got it. And just say it's classified.
Okay.
Anybody who's watching, don't come to my house and see us working. This is government. This is a government project.
This is government project.